What's going on, guys? It's Amon-Rellik the God Slayer. Amon-Rellik Gaming. We're back in more Final Fantasy 14. We're about to head out and hopefully go see East Tola in a second. But first, I gotta find this book. Alright, let's get to work. He appears lost. Lord Odianze appears lost in thought. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh every one, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did arise from that fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their God. And yet, where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow then did migrate to the Rectica Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Urianger. Urianger. The Church of the First Light. Come, brethren. Feast upon the table. This is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now have always been borne the scars of decays of the disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time. Yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced to its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these halls belong not to those who built them, but to the worshippers of the dark, the knights blessed, who subsequently migrated to Rectica, yes? Indeed, 'twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Rectica Greatwood that they found sanctuary. Often, many times, did Eulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, that they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Ishtola, in her seclusion, doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed in their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we better hurry up and find it. Urianze. You've located the time-worn tablet. It's flailing my hand and all that. Within the altar, thou sayest. Yes, within the altar. Not escaping thy eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious, these engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are written in the script of the ancient empire of Rectica, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Rectica. It would be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Ishtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Alright. He's ready to leave, but not before offering a piece of advice. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befoul. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief that the blessed that one's own name must e'er be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases, masters their disciples. So it is that Ishtola has taken the name of Master Matoya, lest we offend them. I bid you speak not her true name in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keeps vigil at the great woods border. Oh, so you can't even say your real name. Okay. Just Taru. Just Taru. Okay, yeah, so we gotta go all the way around. Good on you. Mirkant, what's going on, bro? Well, I met Traveler. What brings you here? Of course, right this way.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Rectica in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
We have arrived.
Hear that music? What that girl singing?
Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
What are you doing here?
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
Y'all hear that, boy? Y'all hear that? Okay. Oh, I missed that one. Verily, it pervadeth every corner. And so long as the light warden remaineth, the sin eaters will be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If naught is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed succumb. Got a choir back there too? Oh yeah. 2 years passed, a swarm of sin eaters did lay a waste upon their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in doing so. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on, wayward souls in want of a guiding hand, for mercy, Ishtola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps, to Fort Gon. Okay. Vampire vine. Mind maker. Hell, that is. Okay, so those things are actually monsters. Okay. Damn. This place has been busted.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now! Surround them! These senators, they're not like the others.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Kupo? It's so stupid. Kupo? Please, we're not sin eaters.
Perhaps they speak the truth.
Oh, for the love of...
Oh, for the love of...
I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so I retire to the shade. Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runard, report.
Master Matoya!
The bait! He stole it!
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not.
What you mean you don't know me, girl? What you talking about, baby?
There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
It's me, baby. Come on, girl.
It cannot be.
Look at me, girl. Look at me. Nice to see you too, Master Matoya. Nice to see you too.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Rectica and its people.
Damn, girl, you almost trying to kill me. Girl, you hold on. Girl, you know how we. Hold on. Girl, you know how we do. You know how we. I've been looking for you everywhere, girl. You know what I'm saying? Black Mage, Dark Knight, we belong together. You know we belong together. I don't know why how you gonna forget me? Of all people. You see this nasty blade on my back? You see this? See this dark ass armor I got on? You see this red eye I got? You've been busy since arriving in the First, I gather. But I would hear the tale of your travels in more suitable surroundings. With Fort Gorn yet to rebuild, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate, and you will find me soon. All right, let's go. I don't know why she acting like she didn't know who I was. Yeah. She knew who I was. Acting like she don't know who. Man, she knew who I was. She played too much is what it is. She played too much. Well, I was beginning to worry. Much like the 12s would, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed. Okay. You already know what we gotta do first, cause we can't do shit else first until we do that. Give me all that aetherite. Give me all that light. Yeah, I am the taker and drinker of light. Ishtola.
Slitherbow is the largest of the Blessed Settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the Flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come. I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Rectica. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Wherever they is, well, they look like they might be some nice vixens, some nice stout ladies.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Stola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Damn, she's gonna hit that dude with that right there in front of the girl, like. Well, he's told her ain't never held her tongue, to be quite honest. Staying off into the distance, longing in thought, lost in thought. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it hardens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alice and Alphanal have changed since arriving here in the first. Change is a part of life. The only way that changes is better. You're right. And after my untoward remarks to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I've changed for the worse. I will have to speak with him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should look around Slitherbow. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. With Runar. With Runar. With Runar. Wonder, is Thancred out here somewhere? He just disappeared, shit. Thancred just bounced. Welcome, friend, welcome. I apologize for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From Crystarium, I see. And this tablet you brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Rectica? You are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Might be alright if I join you. Of course, of course. Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we would have all perished in the Great Fire. With our priests slain and our homes in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow we many have come to find solace. That's not to say there were not those hesitant to join grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes that she speaks of the sunless sea. When she speaks of the sunless sea, I feel whole again. Now that she is with us, and I have no doubt the others feel the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us. We are grateful for all she does in service to the dog. But you did not hear this from me, yes? No, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to, so long as they reside within Slitherbough, to show reverence to the dog. In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Benfilia! Benfilia! You gotta go see Runar, or Runer. In this room? Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Rectica. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment that I might rid you of the light's impurity? Alright, I do /kneel. Kneel before Runar. Kneel before Runar. As Runar lightly sprays with water, your skin begins to tingle. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly. But I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said that prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I do feel something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect unless... By the gods, Master Matoya was right. You are Sin Eaters. I jest. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now will be a good time to you acquaint yourself with the people of Slitherbound. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alen Tuta. In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry. Merely speak the words Alin Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are like to be hardened by your knowledge of our ways. Alin Tuta. Alin Tuta. Alin Tuta. The elderly woman smiles warmly. She's like, alright. Alin Tuta. Newly come traveler, Alin Chisi, and welcome to Slither Bow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea. The quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the wood. Okay. Oh shoot, hold on. Okay, let's get okay. Nice younger, dark skin Ira. Okay. Oh, we are in there too. We are in the woods, boy. Ezra Bell right there. That's a sassy one, nigga. She a sassy one. She a sassy one right there. Ezra Bell. I once knew twins who had hair just like yours. Nope. Alin Tuta. Alin Cheesy. Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Alin Cheesy. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but I'm already starting to feel at home. There's still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can now see why they built such a thriving community. Runar! Judging by the glint in his eye, there is more for you to learn. You turn very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we've had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or is there anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Montoya, we cannot ask for payment. But if you would be willing to lend a hand, it would be my pleasure. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. May I help too? Of course. One of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Ezrabel when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, we will see to your room and a warm meal. Alright then. I'll fill you water. Alright, Menphilia, let's do this. This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack at the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. Jug of water into the square before the contents leak. You will have 45 seconds to complete the task. If you fail, return to... Your water, have the pot, vegetable water, and take care of the rest. Been thoroughly watered. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? You watered the crops? Oh, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I've been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always Tadia's duty, but she is no longer with us. I have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. There's no need. The plot is small, but it is true. But it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. I don't know how you manage. After Bless not considered leaving, life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, what do you know of our history, of how our faith came to be? I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Rectica Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. As soon as they realized where there was light, there must be darkness. And in that truth, they found new faith. A belief that the souls of the departed can yet find peace beyond these burning skies and the sunless sea above. That is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that of the blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, for that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the self-same reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity within the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Ilmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. We must do for them. We must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. Uh-oh. I think Minfilia's learning something. Runar. He has more work to be done. Alright, let's see if we can pass through this real quick. We'll do this one and then we'll call it a day. Done tending to the crops already? Very good. It shouldn't be long now before your room is ready. Runar! I'm tired. Hold on. Okay. In the woods. Sin eaters. I fear they may have the touch. Where? In the grove to the southwest. For a mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to Silverbow. We have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. Sir, what of Todia's Hearthstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Of all the times for sending this to appear. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down, but if they indeed have the touch, we will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days passed. Tadia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Senators. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is a custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at the funeral as an offering to the heavens, but now... What if I can find it for you? I have experience fighting Sin Eaters, and the light's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Menfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Menfilia? Descendant from the Oracle? Even so, I did not ask you to risk your life for the Blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need and I can help. Please, let me do this. Very well, but if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I can never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Don't worry. I'll come with you. Thank you. If you're at my side, I'm certain we can deal with them in no time at all. Go swiftly. May the shadows keep you both. She's gonna go run it. She's gonna go run it off like she got the power. I mean, I know you ain't. Look, girl, I know you ain't gotta worry about Sin Eaters turning you, but you do gotta worry about dying, girl. Get your ass back here. Get your ass back here. Went the wrong way again. God damn it. How'd I get out of here? Okay, this way. That's how I get out of here. This way. Alright. Come on, get on it. It's called the trip. Yeah, the Sin Eaters. I was hoping there would only be one. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. Perhaps we should split them up. idea. I'll draw one away while you handle the other. Huh. She succeeded in killing it. Look at there. Good job, girl. She actually killed it. Oh man, there you are. It's done, though I fear I was a bit careless. I'll do better next time, I promise. Fine. You needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find that heartstone. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in the brush. They got these elegant swords and elegant armors and stuff. Like, how in the world do these motherfuckers become what they are? Like, it's weird. Like, how are these made? Because, like, the other ones are all animalistic looking. But those, like, look... That was mini. You saw that? It was miniature. But, like, why is the, like, how are the ones that are like that made? They're, like, given, like, a human form still. Do you have any luck? It's beautiful. This has to be it. You know, Thinkard always said you were a man of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm even to be half the hero you are. The hero she was. Oh, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Slitherbow. Ruiner. And the others are probably worried. Back to Slitherbow we go. And we're teleporting, baby. Thank goodness you are safe. I had begun to fear the worst. Why, all that is dark. You found it. We can proceed with her service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits into the sunless sea and the hereafter. Even should we be failed by the Sin Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace in the dark. Alright. We did it. And I know Thanker's gonna probably be pissed at me because I let that girl go off and fight some on her own. But today was the day for her to find out if she can really do it, you know. Sometimes you gotta let them go out there on their own and you know, and see if they can really, you know, that's how you build courage and you build confidence in somebody, you know. Let her go out there, fight a Sin Eater on her own and see if she can handle herself. She handled herself though. Amon-Rellik the Godslayer. Amon-Rellik Gaming. We out.